Peter Graham says during this financially trying time for the company, a lot of hard decisions will have to be made. Unfortunately, that means cutting back on labor costs, which represent 20% of OTML expenses.
Two challenges today. Right. One is the dry weather, but there's a second one, which is just very low prices for our products, copper and gold. I mean, in the course of the last 5 years, the price has fallen by more than 30%. Copper's down 35% and gold is down 30%. So as our revenues decline, it pinches us in terms of our costs. Yeah. If they stay the same, we end up with being in difficulties. So we're obliged to see how we can reduce our costs. And we're working all the avenues to reduce the costs. And one of those avenues, unfortunately, is labour cost. So that's caused us to have to go back and look at our staffing models, the number of workers we have in the workforce. And sadly, we're having to reduce the workforce in order to just build that buffer between revenues and costs.
In an internal memo obtained by EMTV dated 24th of July, Graham says one of the cost-cutting measures will be no 2015 salary review or bonus payment for the employees.
So it's a combination of factors that come together that cause some real stress on the business at this point in time. And then you superimpose the dry weather on top of that and our inability to get paid for our concentrate. And we really start to feel the pressure. So.
As the Deputy CEO responsible for employee and external relations, Musje Werror said they had a meeting this morning with landowners to discuss the plans in place for education and health services.
We appreciate that the primary school and the Tabubil High School are government schools, and obviously the decision to shut those schools will have to come from the education department. Our concern is with our employees and the children, and obviously they need to, I guess, reduce the number of people in town when we do hit a dry weather situation, and when we need to extend the food stocks in Tabubil. So the less people in Tabubil, the longer we can have the stocks remaining. So Tedi's position is to look at reducing our employees, flying them off-site. We have made a consideration for grade 10s and 12 students, and families, the working parent of the students will remain on site with the children to allow them to complete the exams come October. So that's the consideration on the education side.
While the weather has improved over the last couple of days, Graham says they do not know how long this will last. He says they will continue with the plans that they have in place and hope that it will put them in a good financial position. Sarah Aupong, National EMTV News, Tabubil.